What's up, Heat Nation? The Miami Heat, as we all know, just acquired Terry Rozier yesterday from the Charlotte Hornets. Are the Miami Heat done when it comes to trades and the February 8th trade deadline? Should they make another move to bolster the roster? We'll find out on this episode. Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat basketball channel. My name is Amir. Before I get into the episode today, I just want to thank everybody for their continued support of my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm on my path to 600 subscribers. I'm getting relatively close. So if you could subscribe to the channel, that would mean a lot. So thank you again for your support and hope everyone's having a good day. So the Miami Heat finally upgraded their point guard position and traded Kyle Lowry and a first-round pick for Terry Rozier, which is awesome. I think Terry's going to be a great fit on our team, in our system, and he's going to definitely help activate Bam Adebayo, as he's one of the best pick-and-roll players in the NBA this season. So the Miami Heat made the move, and there are rumors that we're not done yet, essentially. So the Heat might make one more move to further bolster the roster before the February 8th trade deadline. And there's not a lot of assets that we can trade or that the Heat would be willing to trade, in my opinion. I don't think the Heat are going to trade players like Duncan Robinson, who has reemerged as one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, but also has developed his game and is also becoming a better playmaker and dribbler, and he's able to get to the rim and finish at the rim, which is inconceivable. And we have other players like Jaime Jaquez Jr., who I don't think we're going to trade, and Jimmy, Bam, of course, Tyler, Terry, we're not going to trade. So there's not many other options on this roster. I don't think anybody wants a min contract like Thomas Bryant or Josh Richardson or like Orlando Robinson or any other undrafted player. So that leaves Caleb Martin, who also is on an expiring contract. He is in the final year of a contract. He's making $6 to $7 million this season. He was spectacular last year in the playoffs, helped us beat not only the Bucks in the first round, but also, more importantly, the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. And he outplayed Jaylen Brown and was essentially our best player, even though Jimmy got the Eastern Conference Participation Trophy Award or whatever it was called. But he has simply not been available really this season. He's missed like over 15 games. He dealt with knee tendonitis to start the year and missed 9 straight games, and then he had an ankle injury which put him out for a few weeks. So he's been kind of inconsistent, but he's starting to play a little bit better and has been inserted in our starting lineup, and he's showing flashes. So I think he has plenty of time to get healthy, stay healthy, knock off the rust, continue to develop a role and play well. And he needs to play hard because he wants a contract, whether it's from the Miami Heat, which I don't think we're going to re-sign him because we probably won't be able to afford him if he continues to play well and grows and expands this season. But he wants a contract like Gabe got or Max got with another team, somewhere in that $30 to $50 million range. So he's going to need to play really tough. And that's going to be attractive for a team because not only is he going to have an expiring contract, but for like a contender, you can get him for really cheap, and he can help bolster your defense. So anyway, in this video, I want to talk about someone that we could possibly trade for Caleb Martin, as I think he's our only piece, along with possibly Jovic, which a lot of the fans don't want to give up on. And I'm 50-50 on that. I can't make up my mind. But and also we have one more first round pick. But anyway, I think a cheap trade that we can make, which can help us in our front court, which we need help with, is a starting power forward, because Caleb Martin is not a power forward. He's 6'5". Haywood Highsmith is also 6'5", 6'6", not a power forward. Jaime Jaquez, Jimmy Butler, you name it. All these guys are wing players that are 6'7" or shorter. They're not power forward. So we need an actual power forward next to Bam who could stretch the floor. And so one player that comes up is Obi Toppin from the Indiana Pacers. So Toppin was drafted in 2020 by the Knicks, 8th overall, and he played for the team for 3 years and, had a decent role carved out with the team, but didn't play more than 16 or 17 minutes per game with the Knicks. And ultimately they wanted to trade him to the Pacers. And this year he has been playing relatively well. He was starting all games until they acquired Pascal Siakam. And so he was moved to the bench for the last 2 games, and his role has kind of minimized since then. But for the season, he's averaging 11 points per game. He's averaging 2 assists, 4 rebounds, but more importantly, He's averaging 40% from three on 4 attempts, roughly around 4 attempts. So not too shabby. He's 6'9". He is super athletic, a high flyer like Bam, and he plays with a lot of energy. The only issue, I think, the main issue is he doesn't really play defense. So I guess playing next to Bam would definitely kind of mask that, and playing between him and Jimmy can also mask that. But yeah, his role has diminished essentially, and his future could be murky. He was sold or traded for cheap. He was only traded for a second round pick, I think, to the Knicks. And so maybe the Miami Heat could swap Toppin, who's 6'9" power forward, and use him offensively for Caleb Martin. So the Pacers, up and coming team, right behind the Miami Heat. Halliburton is an all-star. They just traded for Siakam. They still have Buddy Hield and Turner. They're a deep team. They have Mathurin, TJ McConnell. So they're a deep team, and they need help defensively if they want to make some noise in the East. So Caleb Martin could be that veteran piece that can fit into their system and play along with all those pieces in Indiana and help make them better defensively, but also he's someone who's capable of scoring as well. And he's also very athletic, just like Obi Toppin. So he could be a intriguing buy low candidate where we could swap them. Because again, if we don't think we're going to re-sign Caleb next year, if we think he's going to continue to play well, then maybe this could be an option. I don't think necessarily this is the best option, that we should do this, or this is a home run hit. I don't know if I have confidence in Obi Toppin, and I don't know if he's a better fit or player compared to Caleb Martin for the Miami Heat in our system. But I just like the idea that he's shooting almost 41% from three, and he's also able to put the ball on the floor somewhat, get to the rim, and dunk the ball over smaller defenders. So I don't like the fact that he's not the best defender and that he's only averaging 4 rebounds per game as a power forward. But let me know, Heat Nation, what you think in the comments. Do you think this would be a good fit? Do you think it's worth trading Caleb Martin for like an Obi Toppin? I'm just thinking, what's the cheapest possible trade without having to give up Jovic, without having to give up a first-round pick, or without having to give up multiple pieces like Caleb Martin, Josh Richardson, or anybody else that's been in the rotation. So let me know what you guys think. This is just a flyer. Not saying it's a great fit. It's just an option. Just want to hear your thoughts. Thanks, guys.